All right, y'all, we are back in the building and we got to talk about this altercation leading to arrest. What is going on down in the streets of Atlanta with this love and hip hop cast, baby? All I want to know is where the camera's rolling. Because if the cameras won't rolling, I mean, it's one thing if y'all gonna have a brawl and the cameras are rolling. It's a whole different thing and y'all brawling and ain't no cameras rolling. I mean, that tells me that this is something serious, okay? So let's get into the tea, y'all. Atlanta police told Channel 2 Action News, okay, that officers responded to reports of a physical altercation at the Luca Lounge, not to be confused with the Lenithia Lounge, y'all, okay, on Far Road at 11:40 p.m. on Friday night. So that was just last night, y'all, all right? When the officers arrived, they apparently broke up a fight involving 35-year-old Erica Mena, 35-year-old Rodney Shaw, a.k.a. Zell Swag, and 37-year-old Addie Richardson, a.k.a. Bambi Richardson. I didn't know Bambi's name was Addie. I thought it was going to be something like Barbara. You know what I'm saying? Barbara, Bailey, Billie Jean or something, something like that, something else. But Addie, how did we get Addie and then go into Bambi? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Anyway, and somebody else named Kareem Cadet, who I'm assuming is maybe a fashion stylist or something. That's where I think I saw it somewhere else. But anyway, so officials have not yet said what caused the fight or if anyone else was involved. Well, what we can say is that somebody else was at least there, okay, or was there and can be seen fleeing the scene of the fight, and that is Saucy Santana, because video footage has surfaced on the Neighborhood Talk, which is where I first started the story from. But Saucy is seen running. I mean, he is high-tailing it. Okay, now no word on whether he is running to someone or from someone, or was saying, get me and my kids out of here. Is that because in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, Saucy is not trying to be up and arrested in this altercation. So I can't say that I blame him for that. Now, y'all know, remember, Sierra just told us this past week that she is no longer friends with the Mean Girls, aka Bambi and Erica Mena, because that's what Mama D calls them, right? So I'm not necessarily sure how Zell is involved, but side note, Zell actually has some really good music. I don't know if y'all ever heard it. Anyway, back to the story. So let's get into what the articles are stating. So I'm looking at Hot New Hip Hop, and they really focus on Erica Mena, right? Apparently this was supposed to be a normal night in Atlanta for Erica, but it took a turn, okay? Now, all were arrested, okay? She and two others, Bambi and Zell, were taken into police custody along with Kareem Cadet. Now, apparently everybody involved is in their mid to late 30s, and officers have yet to reveal what led up to the physical spat. So we don't know who was fighting who was zooming who, or whatever like that. Now, this article calls them the group of troublemakers. They were taken to the Fulton County Jail, and apparently all four are facing charges of willful obstruction of a law officer. In addition, both Erica and Zell received simple battery, and Erica is also she's facing a simple battery against a police officer. Now, again, there is footage of this altercation, but because this is the YouTube streets, this is the streets of I can't be posting altercations on the video streets. I'm gonna have to direct y'all to the Neighborhood Talk where you guys can see the video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can head on over to the Neighborhood Talk to actually see some footage of said altercation, because you know that the people had their camera phones out at least. So if one of 11 hip hop cameras out, the people's had their actual cameras out. Because, you can't go nowhere and fight and not have somebody videotape it. So I don't know so at least we got that. Now, my question is, who was fighting who? That's going to be a real interesting thing to find out when all of this does kind of like really began to surface. And I'm quite sure one, or if not all of them, will take to social media at some point in time to let us know exactly what went down, why it went down, how it went down. Is this going to play out on the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? And how did Zell get involved with this? Because he's mostly known for being on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, although I do believe he's also done the family reunion. So, the Love and Hip Hop cast can mix it up a lot easier in that regard. And clearly he was in Atlanta at the time. So there's that. So if any of y'all know exactly what happened, I'm still trying to piece together the details as they begin to surface. Y'all know I'm on vacation right now, so it's a little bit difficult to try to like dip in and dip out, but we're still gonna try to find out the tea. Now, let's get down to what this may mean for the show. All right. So you guys know that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right now is still airing, right? And what we know so far right now is at least that Bambi and Erica are seemingly on good terms. Now, we would have thought that Sierra was in that mix, but she informed us that after they didn't defend her, after she came out with that safari until she stopped being friends with them. Now, I'm not sure how long ago that was that she stopped being friends with them. But so my follow-up question is, are Erica and Bambi still as close as they appear to be on the show, right? Because we know that at this point in the show, Erica is also getting into it with Spice, right? And we've seen how that whole thing is about to break down in the upcoming week's episode based on the preview. So that leads me to wonder how Zell and this other person fit into this. And it also could have been that they were, boxing it up with some other people who were not necessarily on reality TV, because, sometimes people, in the club get a little jazzy, get a little spicy. And so it could have been a situation where they were all maybe in a section together and something popped off and, they got each other's backs. Who really knows right now? All we know is that Saucy Santana can be seen fleeing the scene. Okay. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know if I blame him, because at the end of the day, like, the last thing that you want is to have some arrest record for, fighting in the club. I mean, let's just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? However, if somebody's popping off with your friend, I'm assuming that you might want to be like, I'm going to have your back. But based on this report right here that I'm looking at from Hot New Hip Hop, it looks as though Erica also did some whooperization up on a police officer, or at least a tapperization. You know what I'm saying? She put a paw on some police officers or something like that, based on the fact that she is facing a simple battery against a police officer. So again, once the footage comes out, once we know more details, we will be able to really get into the nuts and bolts of all this. But until then, I will catch you all in the next video.